Breaking news daw nagbabalik mga kabayan. Rekta ho tayo dito sa paggigisa nitong si Atty. Sal Panelo kay Luis Ro. At mamaya ho mga kabayan, abangan nyo ho yung interview kay Atty. Michael Powa. Pero bago tayo magsimula, isang like at subscribe, malaking tulong na ho yan sa ating channel G.
Attorney Sal, doon din sa kanilang palitan ng diskusyon with the prosecution panel, lead prosecution panel, nabanggit nga doon sa, or ni Representative Luistro, maraming nag-react nito, Attorney Sal, kasi nga nabanggit niya doon sa House level na tila isang mini trial umano yung nagaganap doon sa Committee on Justice. Pero pinabulaanan niya ito nung nag-object siya dun sa nagpapatuloy na cross-examination na never or naging consistent sila na hindi nila i-consider na mini trial yung nandoon sa Kamara na pagdinig dun sa impeachment ni VP Sara. Ano pong masasabi niyo dito, Attorney Sal?
Sinungaling ngayon. Sa kanya nang galing yan eh. Si Luistro ang una nagsabi, we will conduct a mini trial. Napakasinungaling talaga ito mga palibas.
Sinungaling. Totoo mga kabayan, sinungaling ito si Luistro. Tsaka yung mga NBI witness na prenesentan nila. Yung 3 NBI witness na yung director.
Kasi, pati sino sinungaling din. Kaya consistent.
Tama.
Yan ang tinatawag na consistency lies. Sure.
Ayun. Yun yung siguro doon, Attorney Sal, pagiging consistent nga nila. Eto, meron pang nagtapos na nga sa article yung Article 4 na impeachment na pagdinig kahapon, Attorney Sal. Pero naging sentro pa rin nung talakayan nung impeachment trial ni VP Sara itong 1967 Supreme Court ruling sa kasong Stonehill versus Jokno. Matapos nga questionin nung mga nakarang araw ni Senator Pia Cayetano yung hiling na prosekusyon na mag-issue nga ng subpoena para sa mga bangka records at financial records ng Vice Presidente na kalaunan ay inaprubahan naman din ng Senate Impeachment Court. Iginit naman ni Prosecutor Representative Chel Jokno magkaiba yung search warrant at subpoena at hindi otomatikong maging ebidensya nga yung mga dokumento makukuha sa pamamagitan ng subpoena hanggat hindi ito tinatanggap ng impeachment court. Sa huli, kinalaunan nga ay naging aprobado nga ito sa panig ng impeachment court at regarding para sa mga nanonood ngayon, Attorney Salha, regarding to sa kaso nga ni Stonehill versus Jokno, ano po ba yung pagkakaiba or tama po ba yung naging desisyon ng Senate Impeachment Court ng paglalabas nga ng subpoena sa mga financial records ni VP Sara in relation din dun sa kasong or sa jurisprudence na nabanggit, Attorney?
Una-una, napaliwanag ko na yan eh. Hindi dapat talaga binigyan ng grant yung motion of prosecution. Kasi, unang-una, ang hinihingi na ng subpoena napakalawak. Yung tax records, bank accounts, involving 20 years. Kaya ang impeachable offense refers only to your actions while you are an impeachable officer. Madalit sabi, vice president lang dapat. Pero, taas pa nila. Pangalawa, bago ka mag-issue ng warrant, kung grounded, merong basihan, kailangan ipakita mo muna na maliban dun sa SALN, maliban sa bank records, meron kang ebidensya na nagkamal ka ng pera sa pamamagitan ng illegal na paraan. Madaling sabi, gaya ng example na ginawa ko, kung meron kang 5 million na pera ngayong taxable year, pero 5 years ago, meron ka lang isang 1 million. Hindi yung ibig sabihin na ito ay ill-gotten wealth. Pwede sabihin unexplained kasi hindi pa napapaliwanag eh. Tatawagin ka ng BIR, didemanda ka. Ang tinatawag na unexplained wealth, pag halimbawa, 5 milyon nakita, 1 million ka 5 years ago, kung meron ka pang nakita outside of the SALN na mga kayamanan niya, halimbawa, sa SALN mo, nilagay mo isa lang kotse mo, pero nakakuha ka ng certification sa LTO ng 5 ang sasakyan mo o di may problema ka na. Meron ka ng ebidensya, pwede ka na pumunta sa hukuman, Your Honor. We would like to seek the issuance of a subpoena for this. Kasi lumalabas na may ill-gotten wealth dito. Ilabas mo natin yung kanyang mga bank records, SALN, para makita mo natin kung paano niya nagkamal ng perang ill-gotten. Nandaman.
Ayan.
Kaya
Mm.
sa tingin ko, gaya na sinabi ko nung isang interview ni Hana ba o ni Jason,
Mm.
thank you. Bakit grave abuse of discretion yan ng hukuman? At saka hindi ko rin nga maintindihan hanggang ngayon eh. Hindi ko pa natatanong si Senator Robin Padilla. Yung bang ruling na yun? Ruling ba yun ng impeachment court o ruling lamang ng presiding officer?
Mm.
Alam niyo kung bakit? Kasi
Mm.
pinabayaan niya magdiskusyon ng katakot-takot na ilang oras. Yung pala, meron na siyang resolution.
Mm.
Binasa niya ng kahaba-haba, obvious na prepare yun few days earlier.
Mm.
Kaya, kitang-kita mo na, mali eh. Kaya nga sinabi kayo, ba tinawag ko walking disaster ito? O siya nga pala, bago ko makalimutan ha,
Yes, attorney.
alam mo, yung tungkol kay Robin Padilla, gawan nyo nga ng istorya yun ha. Kasi mali yung mga pinalabas ng mainstream media. Na-discuss ko na.
Mm.
Nag-text sa akin si Senator Robin na nanonood siya ngayon. Nanonood, kaya lang late na siya, na-discuss ko na. Padala, gawan nyo na lang ng news item to at padalang ko rin siya ng mga discussion.
Yes, Attorney Sal. Ayan. Maraming salamat po. At well, kitang-kita before sa mga nangyaring impeachment ngayon ay nagpalabas ang pinakauling survey, Attorney Salha, ng Pulse Asia dahil dito nanguna sina Vice President Sara Duterte at Senator Bongo sa pinakauling Pulse Asia pre-election survey para sa halalan sa 2028. Sa survey, nangyari or lumabas na nakakuha si VP Sara ng 49% na suporta para sa pagiging presidente. At habang sumunod naman si Naga City Mayor Leni Robredo na may 26%, habang pumangatlo naman ito si Senator Raffy Tulfo na may 14%. Para naman sa pagka-Vice President, nanguna si Senator Bongo na may 27%, sinundan ni Senator Robin Padilla na may 21%, Senator Bam Aquino 14%, at ang dating Senadorang Grace po na 14%. Sinagawa itong survey, Attorney Sal, habang nagpapatuloy nga yung impeachment trial or proceedings laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Ano na po ang inyong masasabi dito na mataas yung preference ng mga Pinoy kay VP Sara?
Talaga namang mataas eh. Hindi mo na kailangan ng survey kahit saan ka pumunta, puro Sara eh. Kahit saan ka, maniwala ka. Alam po ninyo, ito ibibida ko sa inyo kasi kahapon, kagabi, nagpunta ko dyan sa Pada, birthday ng designer na si Coco Cordoba. Daming tao sa club.
Yes, Attorney.
Siguro matatundaan yata yung tao, mga guests. Mga nasa Alta Ciudad, nasa middle class, ang daming tao. Alam nyo, ako na, whether I like it or not, rightly or wrongly, pag ako nakikita ko ng tao ngayon, they identify me with my friend, Duterte. Parang, ako nakikita lang si Duterte. So pag nakita mo ako Duterte, ganun din, parang Sara na rin. Diba? Kaya lahat ng mga yan, nagpapapicture, tapos kung mga sinasabi, encouragement, voice of whatever, previous places, maniwala ba kayo? Dahil sobrang, daming tao, napagpawi, parang naliligo na ako sa pawis. Sabi ko, pinag-ibili yun, uwi na tayo. Alam niyo ba na paglabas ko doon sa Bukog, darano kami sa casino. Casino. Bawal nga magpa-picture doon sa mismo casino, kaya kailangan doon pa sa balabas ng casino. Kami nagpa-picture na naman. Nung sabi ko, tayo na, grabe na basa ng pawis ko. As in, para kang binuhusan ng tubig eh.
Mm.
Mga Amerikano pong. Pagpasok mo namin doon kasi wala kang choice kundi dumaan doon sa gitna ng casino eh. Ang dami naglalaro. Oh, maniwala ba kayo? Nag-chanting ang lahat ng mga players doon. Yung mga naglalaro at nagpapalaro. Duterte. Nung makita ko, nagsigawan sila. Duterte.
Duterte.
Pakala ko, kalinday sa Duterte. Wala. Maniwala kayo. Sumabog yun. Sayang hindi ko na i-video eh. Too late na. By the time na ilagay ko sa video, bigla lang natapos yung chanting. Ganon no, ang tao ngayon. Maniwala kayo sobra. Pero yun, hindi katakataka na siya ang gusto. Ang interesante, yung Vice President, si Bongo nangunguna ha.
Yes,
Pero ang layo niya kay Senador Padilla, 6%. 5-6%. Kita nyo. Di ba? Kasasabi ko lang kanina.
Oh.
Ito, magba-vice president to. Ang dalawang yan. So, silang dalawang yan naglalaban. So, either or sila, magiging vice president. Pag naging vice president ka na, next step is presidency. No? Okay, mangyayari na naman yun. Unless, na merong isang hindi nila kilala, o kilala na nila, pero hindi nila alam tatakbong vice president. At pagkaroon ng alam mo, hindi mo kumisan, hindi mo nila naman tao. But, sigurado, mga mananalong vice president dyan, kung sino ang katandem ni Bibi Sara. Yun.
Mga kababayan, dito naman po tayo. Kaya, Senator Alan Peter Cayetano. Yung
Praise God for a Sunday. Magandang tanghali, magandang hapon sa lahat ng ating Facebook friends and family. Kamusta po kayo? So first and foremost, anong topic natin ngayon? Paano ba tayo nagsisimula ng ating pag-uusap? Sa pagbibigay ng pasalamat sa Diyos. So ang topic po natin ngayon ay related doon kasi ang topic po natin, love or loving God and nation building. So tignan po natin yung intimate connection ng building our nation, fixing our systems, yung kung paano magkaroon ng maayos na pamumuhay ang ating mga kababayan sa pag-ibig sa Panginoon. So I thank God for you, ang ating audience dito, ang ating mga kapatid, ang technology na ngayon pwede akong dumiretso sa inyo through the mga cellphone at mga gadgets nyo na walang filters at walang editing. Pa-shout out, sabi ni Justin Flowerson, yan, Christine Manuel Erardo from Qatar. Yan, assalamualaikum mga kapatid natin who are in the Middle East, mga nasa Mindanao, dito sa Taguig, marami tayong kababayan na Muslim din. Brother Robin Padilla, shout out din sa iyo. Sa Hong Kong naman, si Ann Matike, Isabel Peruda, happy Sunday. Ekhang Eskak, Sherry Baya. So yun ang siya sa ito, kapit bayan lang namin. Si Connie Moleta, taga Pasig. Roger Season, thumbs up din sa iyo. So let's start there, no? We thank God. So may natutunan po ako, baka gusto nyo rin pong gawin, yung when we thank God, kasi di ba dati madalas yung praise God or thank God for a new day, di ba? Thank you God na nakatulog ako, buhay pa ako. Thank you God sa pamilya. Pero may nagsabi po sa akin, why don't you start thanking God for who He is? Kasi siya yun eh. Kaya ganyan ang kanyang pagmamahal. It's because of His essence or who He is. Sabi ko, nga no. So madalas po, whether mga ka-close ko, definitely family, sinisimulan ko sa either praise God or thank you Lord for who you are. Then kasunod, so kung mami ko kausap ko, I thank God for my mom, or Kusilani, I thank God for my partner, my darling, my wife. No, shout out from Pampanga, Richie Dungka, Olive Dangayo from Ifugao, yan. Watching from Hawaii, si Bobby Bautista, Marietta Beldad from the United States of America. Parang nag-flicker yung Facebook natin, no. I hope maganda yung connection, minsan nakalagay slow. Elmi Katipay from Hong Kong. Ayan. Thank you, Merlin Kim. Camilo Bailon, coming from Zamboanga del Norte. So, mabuhay mga taga Mindanao. Maayong hapon sa kaninyong tanan. Ayan. So, guys, sabi po sa Bible, love God above everything and everyone with all your heart, spirit, and mind. Tapos, pangalawa, love others as you love yourself. Okay. So, you have to love yourself, ha? Kasi ang hangganan mo ng pagmamahal sa iba ay hangganan lang ng pagmamahal mo sa sarili mo. Pero dapat Diyos ang mas mahal mo. So hindi yan ang topic natin ngayon pero napaka-importanting part yon, di ba? So for example, if I'm mad at myself, for whatever reason, tinatamad, dapat naging bold ako, hindi ako naging bold, dapat nagrepent ako, hindi ako nagrepent, masama araw ko, imbis na mabait ako dun sa mga tinuturi kong mga anak ko, mga pamangking ko, medyo nagsungit ako. So when I'm mad at myself, makikita mo, I seem to be mad at others. So that's why when you really don't love yourself, may hangganan din. So if I only love myself 75%, ang mangyayari nun, I can only love others 75%. Now, masama ba to love yourself 100%? No, basta't you love God much, much more than that. 1,000, 2,000, or to infinity. So, anong kilalaman po nito sa loving your nation? Kasi sabi po ng Biblia, kung hindi mo mahal ang iyong kapwa, hindi mo rin mahal ang Diyos. At paano ba namumuhay ang iyong kapwa? Sa isang community or village, sa isang homeowners association, sa isang barangay, sa isang municipality or city, sa isang probinsya o region, sa isang bansa. So ang punto po ay meron pong nation building talaga eh. 'Di ba? So kung makikita niyo po sa Biblia, maraming pagkakataon ang sinasabi po ay ang nation. Yan. So Lailani Amatiaga from Parang Maguindanao. God bless you. June Cañero, hello. Mesh TV. Ayan ulit ang Mesh TV. Joel Babatid watching from Sydney. Ayan. Tapos sabi ni Marietta Beltad, praying for you. Thank you po. Prayers are so important. Faith move mountains and prayers are effective. Okay, so idudugtong ko lang ha. So if you love your nation, you have to be updated. So tomorrow may SONA. Dun sa mga pro-Marcos, walang problema. Manood po tayo kasi pro-Marcos kayo. Dun sa anti-Marcos, manood pa rin po tayo. Bakit? Kasi siya po ang ating Pangulo. Isa lang ating Pangulo. State of the nation, ibig sabihin po, ano kalagayan ng ating bansa. Kailangan parati po may starting point tayo, di ba? So pag sinabi ko sa inyo na, kanina po sa isang chat group lang namin, pinost nila ni, hindi ko pa natatanong sa kanya sinong gumawa, pero napakagandang analysis tungkol sa Pax Silica. At ito po ay yung gagawin po sa Clark. At ito ano po, wala niyang sinabi kung pro or con, basta't nilagay niya lang lahat. So ang starting point is to know, and then knowledge, tapos wisdom and understanding. Or yung iba, knowledge, tapos understanding, wisdom. Ang point, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, mahal mo yung barangay, pero wala kang alam sa barangay mo. Mahal mo homeowners association, pero hindi mo alam sino kapitbahay, sinong pangulo nun, ano yung issues, di ba? Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, mahal mo yung alma mater mo, pero hindi mo sinusundan yung nangyayari sa iyong school. So, ganun din sa ating bayan. It is frustrating. And it can get frustrating, but we cannot give up. Alam nyo po, pag kumakanta tayo ng Lupang Hinirang, yung ating national anthem, nakita nyo yung dulo? Diba? Yung sinasabi natin na handa tayong mamatay para sa ating bansa. I've been reflecting on that kasi since May 11, when we took over, alam kong I could face, aminin ko na sa inyo po, I think I said this na naman before, but my friends knows this. Kasi nung kinonsult ko muna ang ilang taong close sa akin at kasama po ang dating Senate President Chis Escudero, I really told them that I know na pwedeng ang kasunod nito kaso, yung kuyog, expected yon kasi sa Senate naman, most of the time naman nagkakadebate kami pero may sanity, no? Ibig sabihin, hindi patayan yung objective o kulungan. But that's another matter. Ang point ko, I know kukuyugin, I expected kulungan na pwedeng umabot sa I expected kaso na pwedeng umabot sa kulong because nga may threat na at that time na ikulong si Senator Jinggoy, si Senator Joel at si Senator Cheese. So sino naman kami ni Senator Marcoleta na para hindi isunod? 'Di ba? May kaso na rin against the Villars, and then because napaka idealistic at napaka articulate ng anak ni Senator Loren Legarda, si Leandro. So I knew there are threats against everyone. Thank you, Dingle Marie. Mateo 6:33. Sige, puntahan ko mamaya. Okay. Seek first his kingdom and righteousness, and everything shall be added upon to us. That's always a good reminder na unahin natin ang righteousness at kingdom ng Panginoon, at yung iba nating kailangan, kalayaan, pagkain, pangmatrikula ay mapupunta sa atin. So nung nangyari po 'yon, I expected na minsan lumalamig, minsan nag-heat up. Hindi ko po na-expect yung barilan nung May 13 dun po sa Senate. So nung nangyari yon, tapos nung nakita ko yung reaction ng gobyerno, lalo ng NBI na para bang wala lang, they had to do it, parang hindi Senado yon, I realized na assassination or aksidente, patayan na aksidente could be there, di ba? That's why pagka mas sane o nakapagkwentuhan na ako sa ibang mga senador na nasa majority, tinatanong ko rin sila, kung mga anak nyo nandun, kung asawa nyo nandun, ano mararamdaman ninyo? Nagpuputukan, nakakulong kayo sa nakita mo, mga media, kaibigan
Tama.
natin yung mga yan, kasama natin
Tama.
araw-araw, mga staff natin, nandyan. Yung mga police, marines, na-assign lang sa atin. No? But the point I wanna make today is not na ibalikan yon, but the point I wanna make is that may cost ang lahat. Following Christ, may cost po yan. Speaking for the truth, may cost po yan. Kung taga-Clark ka, kung pro o anti ka, dun sa Paxili ka, kahit hindi ka taga-Clark, kahit hindi ka taga Pampanga at Tarlac, may cost po ang pumanig o lumaban, di ba? Siyempre, usually kapag ka criminal syndicate, pagkakampi ka, yung marami kang reward. Pero yung cost nun is eventually crime does not pay. Ang problema, pag sa start, ikaw ang lumalaban, usually binabalik sa iyo yung investigasyon or inuusig ka rin because ayaw din nilang mabuko, no? I'm talking in general, wala akong tinutukoy na eksakto. We have to look at the general theory so that we can see how it's applied to our country. What's my point? May cost po. So, yung kasuhan ka, yung imbestigahan ka, yung unahin ka, yung wala ka sa radar, biglang ikaw na sa gitna, kasama sa cost yun. So, wag po nating kakantahin ang ating pambansang awitin o ang lupang hinirang at sabihin ang mamatay ng dahil sa iyo kung hindi tayo willing na magsakripisyo. But actually, ang hinihingi naman ng ating bansa, extreme na yun yung mamatay na dahil sa iyo because that is in extreme situations. For example, ang ating Coast Guard at military, ang ating mga police, they live that daily, yung mamatay ng dahil sa iyo. But for ordinary citizens, yung sumunod lang tayo sa batas, di ba? Yung price we pay if we criticize, di ba? So, babalik lang po ako dun sa SONA tomorrow. Turn naman po ng opposition mag-contra SONA sa Tuesday. So, after the SONA tomorrow, send comments. I'll try to have a short vlog para kung anong gusto nyo isama sa kontra SONA. But give me your honest assessment. Don't look at the messenger, look at the message. So, don't look at President, if we look at President Marcos, yung mga pro, yung mga Marcos na rin or Marcos pa rin, magiging positive. Yung mga ayaw sa kanya, negative. Let's look at his message tomorrow and saan nag-agree at saan hindi nag-agree. Ano sabi ni, may nakita ko doon tungkol sa mustache. Maris, ayan. Marie Chris Fahilan from Batangas City, Eloisa Yu, Archie Gumalo, Nestor Asconda, Cyrus Manipol Jr., Sidra Rasvier, BC Dohora, ang ingay. Maingay dyan, maingay dito, maingay ba to? So, Renato Acuna, dak ka ng dak. Okay. So guys, community tong Facebook natin, everyone's welcome. If you don't like what we're talking about, you can tune out unless you're may kontrata or you're paid to watch and comment. But otherwise, but kung yung comment nyo kahit negative, basta constructive, bakit po hindi? Kasi wala namang perfecto, di ba? Danny Cali, Darlene Serrano, hindi po ako nagpapatay ng comment section kasi tingin ko parating importante yung feedback. At kaya nga minsan, mas gusto ko yung format na ganito na hawak ko lang yung cellphone. Pasensya po kayo, wala pala akong mic today. Yung mga ibang purist o mga kababayan natin na minsan nakikinig kahit maingay, halimbawa na sa mga bus o jeep, mas maganda talagang may mic. Reminder to myself. So, I have to take out my pamangkins, mga anak ko na sila, mag-late lunch. Tapos, request nila SNR o Landers para yung mga snacks nila for the week, di ba? So, hopefully, makasunod sila ni June Prado. Maayong hapon, brother, watching from Las Piñas. Ayan po. Prayers po. Lynn Garcia, God bless you. Mingay. So, God bless you, everyone. Time with the family. Alam ko, maraming sa ating mga kababayan nakatutok pa rin ng work kahit Sunday. Ayan, kung hindi makapunta physically sa church, online, kung ano man ang religion natin, anong edad, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, nasa abroad, please po, magkaisa din tayo basta't ikabubuti ng ating bayan. Sabi nung isa, under attack, tapos thumbs down. Kayo na po humusga. Kaya nga, di ba, minsan, tell all, sinasabi ko talaga sa inyo lahat ng background story, pero hindi ko naman kailangan parating sabihin. Minsan, chill lang. Because ganun talaga po ang buhay eh. You have to live it a day at a time. You have to wait. Sometimes po, ikaw yung nag-accuse, minsan ikaw yung na-accuse. Ang importante po, siguro yun ang iwanan ko sa inyo. Ano difference po na labanan natin ang corruption at labanan natin ang culture of corruption? So let's see, before the SONA bukas, kung may time, yan ang pag-usapan natin, ha? We have to fight both. Pero ano difference ng fighting corruption sa fighting the culture of corruption? God bless.
Alright mga kabayan, lipat po tayo dito kaya sa interview dito ni Attorney Michael Powa. G?
By Attorney Michael Powa,
Yun.
spokesperson of the defense team.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Finally,
Ma'am Karen.
thank you.
Finally.
I meet you in person. All right, finally.
you.
Well, first
Thank
of
you.
all, I think you know that you got, in a way, rave reviews that you were the one appointed to speak head-to-head with Representative Chel Diokno, who you know also got rave reviews.
Yes, yes.
Right? So number one, is it now the defense's strategy that, I don't know, nagbago ba ng strategiya? Calmness na ba ang strategy na yun? Kasi ang kalmado mong tao eh.
Well, Ms. Karen, to be very candid about it, different styles lang talaga kami ng mga abogado, no? So there are, styles na medyo mas aggressive, may styles na mas kalmado. Siguro nataon lang it's really a privilege for me as well, no, na makatapat ko rin si Attorney Diokno or si Representative Diokno. So naging ganun yung kumbaga takbo ng oral arguments. But that's not
And
to
you
say
made good
that-
arguments.
Thank you, ma'am.
You
Thank you.
stated sections of the law wherein impeachment was not even mentioned.
As an exception,
Yes,
yes.
oo.
Well, thank you. Well, it was really something that we didn't plan, to be honest, because we did not know that it was going to be Representative Diokno on the other side. Also, kami, we were very mum about telling the media on who will be arguing. That has always been our strategy, not to tell who will be on deck for that
Okay.
day. So nagkataon lang talaga, and obviously I'm very thankful for everyone who has given their
Okay.
support.
Now, looking back at it now, you made really good arguments, but ang totoo kasi, may precedent na eh. Kumbaga, nagbigay na ang korte nung panahon ni Corona ng sabina.
Apo.
So now, tapos na ito, nagbigay na korte, but honestly speaking now, do you think it was a lost cause? Because it was done. And true enough, Chel Diokno made that argument.
Yes.
Binanggit pa niya yung mga senador na humingi ng sabina. Diba?
That was actually a good point on his part, let's be fair, no? But on my part naman, no, I did not think it was a lost cause. Why? Because although yes, meron tayong precedent in terms of the Corona impeachment, my point there was from the time Corona impeachment occurred to what's happening now, there were things in the interim, supervening things in the interim. For example, what I mentioned about the AMLAC, na yung Section 8A,
Yes.
that wasn't there kasi during the time of former Chief Justice Coron's
I see.
trial.
Yeah.
It only came about 2021. So, ang point ko lang, ang main thrust ko noon, no? Of course, this is no longer going to the merits kasi
Yes,
tapos
of
na,
course,
napag-usapan
tapos na
na.
to. Oo.
So, yung point ko lang naman noon is to show that from that time to this time, marami ng pagbabago. Two things, no? One would be yung pagbabago sa batas, which is the amendment to again the AMLAC, no, or the AMLA. And then secondly, because of the Duterte versus HOR decision
Yes,
last year, which basically framed and defined what impeachable offenses are. So, to be honest, I thought we had a fair chance, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And sa akin, respetuhin natin yung, kasi yun yung point namin di ba, na we are a country or a nation governed by rules and laws. And so kung yan ang naging desisyon ng impeachment court, we'd gladly submit to it. But of course, we have to say that colatilla, that without prejudice to any legal remedies that our client can avail when you get these adverse rulings.
Okay. Now, Attorney Michael Poa, what do you tell the public na ang pananaw, especially when you open social media, kung walang itatago ang vice-presidente, kusa niyang ilalabas, di ba? Kumbaga, unnecessary lahat ito if the vice president felt we have nothing to hide, me and my husband, here are our tax records. Because technically, she can waive it. Here are our bank records. Di ba? Wala kong tinatagong yaman o anuman.
Well, first and foremost, I have to premise my answer with saying I do understand that sentiment from the public. Natural, no, na ganun yung nagiging sentimento. Pero at the risk of sounding too technical, ang point...
Pwede ka magtagalog.
Opo, ang punto naman namin kasi is, ano ba ang legal principle sa sistema natin? It's presumption of innocence. So kung sinong nag-aakusa, sinong may aligasyon, siya dapat yung magpakita ng ebidensya. And so ang punto lang namin is, kung meron talaga kayong mga ebidensya to support your allegations, kayo yung maglabas. Hindi naman pwedeng sabihin natin na lang na, ay, sa tingin ko may ginawa kang pagkakamali. Ikaw na maglabas ng mga ebidensya kasi kung wala ka namang tinatago, hindi mo yan pipigilan. Which I think is sort of runs contrary to the principle of presumption of innocence. Second, kung ganun na rin lang, wag na tayo mag-search warrant, wag na rin tayo mag all of these compulsory processes kasi ang parating hamon naman pala is dapat yung defense yung nagbibigay ng ebidensya, which although I understand that that may not be a popular thing to say, that is the legal system, and as lawyers we have to protect our client with whatever protections are afforded by law.
Now, this isn't just a legal exercise. I've said this also to Attorney Ligutan. This is a political exercise. So you have the senator judges who will vote.
Yes.
Technically, they're not judges in other countries. They're just senators in an impeachment trial.
Yes, yes.
So a lot of them aren't lawyers, which is okay.
yeah.
Hindi naman kailangan
Opo.
abogado po ang isang senador. Pero how would the defense win over senator judges who are not yet leaning towards the vice president, 'di ba? What argument would you make?
Well, two things, no? One is syempre yung ebidensya na may ipapakita. That's very important in any proceeding. Even in a sui generis proceeding, gasgas na nga yung linya na sui generis, di ba? Because we all know it's both legal, constitutional, and even political, no? To a huge extent. But secondly, I think it's also laymanizing things. No, I think that's very important. That's why when I delivered the oral arguments, sinubukan ko talagang magpasok ng Tagalog, simplihan yung mga bagay. And even during the question and answer, interpellation ng mga senators, I tried to simplify things. Kasi nga, hindi naman talaga importante na maging abogado ka para maging senator judge ka. Lalong-lalo na, we have people like former SP Tito Soto who has been through how many impeachment trials, diba? So, ang parati ko sasabi, hindi importante na abogado, pero we have to make them understand the technical rules and try to laymanize everything. At makita nila to a certain extent na okay, so hindi naman pala napatunayan na meron talagang ganito or meron talagang ganyan. It's
So,
really something that's important. And
Okay.
also public opinion matters.
Yes, public opinion matters the most here.
Yes.
Okay. So how would you make the public understand? Number one, sa grave threats tayo. Sinabi ng prosecution, tapos na po yun, no, na ipresenta na yung article na yun ng prosecution. Ang sinabi ng prosecution is the threat itself is already a criminal act. Yung mismong pagbanta niya, hindi kailangang patunayan na may kinontak na assassin, may hinire na assassin, naging operative na yung utos, hindi daw kailangan nun. The mere fact she threatened the president is enough.
again, it's very difficult. I'm skirting
Go ahead.
contempt all the time, so I'll try to be as vague as possible with, at least answering your question. The mere characterization of it as a threat or banta, that is basically what we are putting at issue.
So para sa iyo hindi banta yun?
Para sa depensa, hindi.
Oo.
How?
Ano yun?
Bakit? We will show through our
It's
evidence
your
in
turn.
chief. But sa amin kasi, if you read, I mean not read, but if you view that a few seconds of that clip, naintindihan natin bakit sinasabi banta. And that's why we wanted to show context, not only during that time, no, but even previous instances probably leading to that event, to show there's context and to show na kaya namin sinasabi na hindi natin pwedeng i-conclude na banta yun. No,
So
but-
sinabi ni Presiding Officer Escudero, iba ang ibig sabihin ng banta at babala. Di ba? May
Exactly,
definition
yes,
pa siya.
yes.
So attorney, anong stand ng defense? Ano yon? Babala ba yon?
Wag muna ngayon.
Wag muna.
Karen,
Oo.
wag muna ngayon.
Oo.
But, I mean, sa amin talaga, it's really the characterization of banta. So, could be babala, could be something else. That's something we're ready to show. No? Whether we will be able to convince the impeachment court or, of course, the general public, which you mentioned is most important, that's the task of the defense. No? And hopefully, we'll be able
Dapat
to.
ipaliwanag rin natin sa publiko kasi yung sistema nito iba. So tapos na ang prosecution magpresenta ng grave threats.
Opo.
Pero hindi kayo ang susunod na sasagot at magpipresenta.
Opo, yun nga po eh.
Yeah.
Ang unang ang sistema, although there are discussions on ano yung tamang sequence, no?
Kasi baka makalimutan na ng publiko yung argument dito.
Opo. So we understand that sentiment. In fact, that was one of also the things we discussed internally as a team,
Yeah.
'di ba? Parang paano kaya
Parang
ang
babalik ka
diskarte
doon sa
dito.
una.
So I think there are talks but I cannot disclose anything just yet. But yun nga po, ang sistema, para sa
Para
kalaman
sa
natin mga
publiko natin
kababayan,
to, oo.
is right now, if it's status quo, is dire-diretso yan, article per article prosecution. Pagkatapos nun, once they rest their case, o kung tapos na sila, depende naman. So we're thinking about what, let's say 3 months, 2 months for the prosecution, then another 2-3 months for the defense. So it's something that I think both parties will have to think about, the impeachment court will have to think about. I think there are discussions, but I cannot fully disclose kung ano pa muna yon. But in any
What
case,
would benefit both? Wag lang kayo.
may,
Both.
may pros and cons yan eh. May pros and cons yan because on the one hand, pag nagsagutan kayo, medyo settled yung, kumbaga nag-join na yung issues, settled na,
tapos na yun.
medyo makapapaisip na yung senator judges, even the public, kung nasagot ba o hindi. On the other hand, kung ganun naman, defense will have the last say in a way, di ba? But that doesn't mean we'll win because it still depends on how we present the case. Kasi kahit naman we have the last say, pero kung walang laman yung nasabi
oo,
namin, di
oo.
wala rin. So,
Oo.
there are pros and
posibleng
cons.
magbago ba? Yung
I think that's something up to the impeachment court to
Oo.
ano no, but
pero
there are
next week kasi
discussions.
second article na eh.
Opo. So we'll see.
Oo,
See.
you'll
There are
see.
things that I cannot disclose yet as of this time kasi ano no, mga private conversations lang between lawyers.
Okay.
So but ano no, tingnan natin kung ano yung
Alright.
mangyari. But both, to be honest, may pros and cons yan, both.
Okay, so Attorney Michael Pawano, to be fair, what do you believe was the weakness of the prosecution with grave threats?
I really don't want to comment on the weakness of
What
the
weren't
other
they able to prove?
Siyempre sa atin, we're going to say na hindi pa na-establish na talagang banta yun. Diba? That's one thing. Now, whether our position is correct, it's really up to the appreciation
Just
of the
give me your
impeachment court.
side. That's what's
Opo,
important here
opo.
because Attorney Ligutan gave me his side. So you don't have to...
Sa amin, yun lang. Sa amin yun lang na hindi pa naman na-establish na talagang banta yung nangyari. I always say, we cannot deny the utterance. Magbobolahan tayo dyan eh. Pag sinabi natin,
kasi may
totoo ba
video
yung utterance? O pati ba yung utterance, de-deny natin? Hindi naman ganun ang takbo ng defense. But it's really more of the context. Yun yung gusto namin. Na hindi siya banta. And for us, of course, hindi pa na-establish yun. Especially because we haven't had our chance to present our evidence.
Okay. Now, is personal knowledge on hiring an actual contractor to allegedly kill the president Is that for you vital for the prosecution to prove? Because they keep saying it is not.
I'll be objective.
Oo.
For if ang allegation is threat, hindi
Grave.
naman or grave
Grave.
threat,
Okay.
or grave, whether grave or less grave threat or less serious threat. I mean, hindi. Hindi naman siya vital. It's really meron ba talagang threat? I think that's the vital part, you know. I mean, I've always stood in a position wherein we don't blur the lines regardless of our advocacies, at least for the greater public and those studying law, no. Hindi naman siya elemento ng grave threat. Of course, if there is really a contracted assassin, kaya nga yun ang takbo ng tanong namin kahapon, ano ba yung if the testimony is about a contracted assassin, what's the point? Kasi meron ng allegations sa impeachment, articles of impeachment na threat yung issue, no? So, magre-revolve lang dapat talaga tayo kung meron nga bang banta o wala. Now, to your question, of course, pag meron kang nasabing assassin to the minds of the public, parang there was really a plan,
Parang
etc.
totoo na yun.
Pero as far as simple lang tayo, yung threat lang mismo, or grave threat yan, I don't think it's vital.
Okay. It's not vital for you, but would this make this an impeachable offense? Meaning, how would you argue that, okay, nagbanta, well, hindi nyo nga sinasabi nagbanta, nasabi yun ni Vice President Sara Duterte, pero hindi siya dapat tanggalin sa kanyang opisina dahil doon. How would you make that argument to senator judges?
I'll be direct because hindi siya banta. Yun lang yun. Kasi ang hirap, Miss Karen, and I hope you indulge me with this, mahirap magsabi kung ang banta is already, syempre sa amin ang posisyon that doesn't rise to the level of an impeachable offense, diba? But it's a political question in a way. No?
It is.
Because it will depend on the senator judges on how they appreciate that. And if they think simply making a threat against, syempre, the officials of our land is already an impeachable offense, that's up to them. So I'm not here to say, kasi that's really a discretion of the impeachment court. That's well within their wisdom. So sa amin lang, our target is to really show na, okay, banta, whether it's not, even if we believe that doesn't rise to the level of an impeachable offense, we never know how the impeachment court will appreciate that. So point natin is, hindi siya banta.
Now, the impeachment is about the accountability and the fitness of a
Yes.
public official. The prosecution presented videos of former mayor Sara Duterte punching a sheriff. In fact, I asked the prosecution, why didn't they build up on the supposedly violent character of the Dutertes as a whole, establish that? They believe that they have. How would you argue that she is still fit for office, gayong number one? Pasensya ka na, Algon.
Opo, yes.
Ang tatay niya nasa ICC. Yan ang, ito yung magiging tatay niya nasa ICC. Ang alegasyon, ang daming pinatay. Ang vice-presidente na to ng nananakit, ng bubugbog. So when you look at grave threats, it's not just about that one statement. It becomes about her character.
I understand that. I'll do probably one legal point as well, no, with my answer. The first point there is context pa rin dun sa nangyari back in the day, yung nangyari with the sheriff. No, I think context is important, which I think Senator Bongo yesterday during his time explained to the public ano ba talaga yung nangyari doon. What was she protecting at that time?
And bagitin na natin, galit siya na dinidemolish yung bahay ng mga
Informal settlers
ng mga
na
informal
may
settlers.
usapan on a certain thing to give them some time, no?
Na-anchor ako kasi kaya naalala ko. Okay.
And then secondly, doon naman sa kay former president, we don't want to prejudge that case also because everyone's presumed innocent until proven guilty, and we don't know kung ano yung motivation behind him being sent to the ICC without going to the politics of everything. And thirdly, yung na-mention ko rin during the oral arguments, ano ba ang sinasabi ng Korte Suprema na impeachable offense? It's acts or omissions committed while someone is occupying an impeachable office and in relation to that office. So yan yung punto na parati naming pinaglalaban. Kasi yung previous acts, I understand integrity. I mean, that's a constitutional value I can't deny that all of our public officials need to have integrity, diba? In fact, lahat tayo. But let's not confuse constitutional values with constitutional jurisdiction. Meaning, ano ba yung paglilitis ngayon? Impeachable offense, diba? So ano yung impeachable offense? So yan na nga, yan ang nasabi ng Supreme Court in relation to their office as an impeachable officer. Nung panahon na yun, hindi pa naman siya impeachable officer. And plus, not only that, we don't want to discount that, but also proper context on kung ano yung mga surrounding circumstances kung bakit may mga ganong nangyari no, sa kanya.
So para sa iyo, context is important.
Yes, context is important in every stage, actually, even with the prosecutions, with their evidence, with our evidence.
But impeachment is also about, as I've said, it's not legal. It's the hearts and minds of the people.
Yes.
How will the defense dispel fears when it comes to the Duterte brand? At the end of the day, that's what's being established with grave threats. Character. Gusto nyo pa ba ng ganyan na opisyal? How would you battle that out? It's televised.
Yes. Well, in a way, we have to show na hindi what she's being portrayed as is actually not what she is, no?
So what is she? Tell us.
To me, what I've worked with her,
You did.
to be honest, yung nasabi nga nung minsan, nabato ako ng laptop di ba? That's not true. Totally not true. Hindi ako nabato ng laptop or anything. I've never seen her done that. She's never been violent. She's never even raised her voice at me, and I know some people might not believe me, but that's the truth. I was working with her since DepEd 2022. That was the first time I met her. So at that point, I never had any personal bias because I didn't have any connection with the Vice President prior to that. And I really saw the real person that she is, very decisive. She knows what she wants, and that's what you need from a leader. And to be honest, I've never seen any outbursts or outrage. No? Now, if they're saying that because of that press conference way back in the infamous press conference, they considered that as an outburst, then that's why we need to show context on why that happened. It's not her character kasi. So that's something we need to successfully show to the public.
Okay, so let's move on from this. There's been criticism also, forgive me for bringing this up,
Yes, of course.
that the defense was weak. I mean, the performance, okay, I don't mean to insult any of your
No, okay
colleagues,
lang, okay
but
lang.
many were surprised that it didn't have more senior lawyers on the floor, and some felt, I mean, not you personally, but there were criticisms of, sana galingan naman nila. May mga ganun. I mean, pasensya ka na, attorney. I'm sure nakita mo naman yun, no? Will the defense change its strategy? Or how would you assess, how the first article went,
Well,
the
to
cross-examination?
be very, very candid about things also, we had our targets for the first week, especially with witnesses that we thought were not as vital as others. We had targets. We feel that we met those targets. Now, as to how the public received it, we also can't deny that when we read things online, no matter how much we try to block out the noise, I think it's important for us to also learn from comments, because most are even constructive comments. So definitely, we took things into consideration. Maybe it's also because as litigants, we're so used to the court setting, and impeachment is a very different
Yeah.
arena
Yeah.
altogether.
It's like a teleserye, I'll be
Yes.
blunt. I mean, I've covered two. It's a lot of it
Diba?
is that,
Ibang klase. But
yeah, legal and TV series.
Opo, but ang parati ko sinasabi, every lawyer kasi has his or own style, no?
Yeah.
But we're all learning from this. I think all of us, no, we've watched impeachment trials before, but we've never really been in it. So, will there be adjustments? Not major adjustments, but
Yeah.
we do listen to what the public says, and siyempre there will be fine tuning here and there.
But you are one of the senior lawyers. I mean, will you be presenting or defending a major article?
Yes, I will be. I will be also cross-examining and directing our witnesses. But syempre, I work with a law firm also. So we have Attorney Sheila Sison as our lead counsel. It's important, when you have so many lawyers, you also have to worry about egos, diba? So what's good with our team is it's clear to us what our roles are, and we take our cue from our lead counsel, and of course, Attorney Fortun. He's been guiding, he's been meeting with us all the time, he's very concerned with every issue, and he's been there to tell us what to do and what not to do.
Siguro tinatanong ng ilan, it's up to you. Nasaan si Attorney Fortun?
Si Attorney Fortun kasi, to be honest, medyo semi-retired na talaga siya. So, but he's been very involved, to be honest. Maybe not in the courtroom setting, but he's very involved. No? He messages us all the time. We meet all the time with him, regular meetings. He's there. He's providing guidance. Sa ngayon, will he appear or not? Hindi ko pa masasagot. No? Hindi ko pa alam kung kailan. Pero kami naman kasi, we also, we also have our strategies pagdating dito, which I cannot disclose, but meron kaming kanya-kanyang toka. But what's important in our team is that everyone is apprised of everything, because at any given day, baka pwede kaming mag-switch na ikaw na muna ang mag-argue dito, or ikaw na muna, you can
Okay.
take on this witness.
Now, Senator Mig Zubiri asked, this is the final question, asked, did at any point, did the Vice President issue a statement to say, in effect, ay joke lang yan, hindi yan totoo, or I didn't mean it? I remember that question from Senator Judge Mig Zubiri, to which your defense lawyer said, yes sir, meron, but we will present it at the proper time. Attorney Ligutan was here and said, if the Vice President didn't mean that threat, di dapat may video na lumabas to say, I didn't mean that.
Oo. Maybe not in the words na joke lang yan or anything like that, but we do have evidence, in fact even a video I think, to show na what she really intended at that time, and that's something we will present in the future without disclosing which video that is. No? But we're ready with that. We're ready with hindi naman dun sa context na ay joke lang yan.
Hindi ganon.
naman ganon. But that will show na kung ano yung pinanggalingan niya nung panahon na yon, at na hindi banta yung intention.
Oo. So I think doon sa unang article, malinaw sa depensa na ito, hindi yun banta. Kasi ang prosecution, kahit na sinabi lang ang banta, krimen na yon. Sa inyo, hindi nga yun banta. Yun ang punto nyo.
Yes, the characterization mismo of, amongst other things, no? One, we need to show context. Second, yung characterization na banta mismo yun yung sinasabi namin, yan yung issue. No? Na hindi porket may nasabi na ganon, makukonclude na natin na nagbanta siya.
Okay. I asked Attorney Ligutan this also before we go. So what was your experience like? I mean, you've always been in the public eye somehow when you were in DepEd. You were always interviewed. But, I mean, seriously, the impeachment trial to go on and present, right? Why a subpoena should not be issued.
Opo.
What was that like for you?
To be honest, overwhelming,
Yeah.
diba? Kasi it's a different arena altogether. And why? Because you also have to speak to the public aside from just the legal, calisthenics of arguing all these things. You
Tsaka
also
yung
have
mga
to speak
legal
to the public.
terms na turn off ang publiko.
Oo.
At sobrang bigat.
And hindi ka maintindihan. So
Oo.
ano pa yung point na oral argument ka doon kung wala namang nakaintindi sa'yo. So I had to adjust from the normal court setting na and maybe I can share this with
Yeah.
you, Ms. Karen. Sometimes in cross-examination or in arguments, in the regular court setting, you can leave something hanging because you know that the judge knows where you're going. Diba? Pero dito sa impeachment, hindi pwedeng ganun eh.
Oo nga.
Dapat sinasara mo yung argument mo.
Oo.
Diba? Dapat nakukuha mo yung point mo at nasasabi mo yung point mo para makita ng publiko, yun yung point niya.
Oo.
Kasi sa normal court setting, magtatanong lang kami ng tanong, kahit na hindi namin binibigay ano yung punto nun, alam naman ng judge eh.
Kaya nung nag-cross-examine si Presiding Officer Cheese Escudero, pag ino-object naman ng prosecution, sabi niya, Counsel, I know where you're going, but get direct to the point.
Yes,
Yeah.
because that helps. When you get direct to the point. Kasi alam naman natin yung viewership bumabagsak din eh, 'di ba? I think that
And
was
it
one of the
matters.
it matters, no. So yung interest ng public. So maybe because sobrang technical yung first few days, authentication of documents and whatnot. So kami as spokespersons, whether myself or I think I even saw the prosecution, we try to explain to the public bakit kailangan nito. But sa susunod na araw, darating rin yung oras na makikita nyo talaga yung kumbaga position. But that's something where lawyers have to adjust. Because yun nga, we can't just expect that the public would know where we're driving, what the point is that we're trying to make. So yun yung I think, but it's overwhelming, but at the same time enjoying the experience also. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So enjoying the experience, and I think we have a really good relationship rin with the prosecution in a way na trabaho lang talaga yung ginagawa namin.
Well, on that note, Attorney Michael Poa, I have to say,
Thank you,
whether prosecution or defense, you're all a part of history. That's
Alright
what
mga kabayan, maraming salamat po sa pagsuporta sa ating channel. God bless po sa ating lahat.